Okay guys, so here's part 3 technically. Shut up. Okay, so it's technically part 3, I guess you can say, because it's part 3 of my morning routine. But yeah, so yeah, I guess we're just gonna go and do the work because I am failing the class with a 68 and I cannot afford to go to summer school. I know that they're probably not even gonna have summer school, but this counts for us as STAR. So it depends on whether we go to the 9th grade. For me, it depends on whether I go to the 9th grade or not. So it's kind of a big deal that I pass all my classes. I'm technically passing with all 70s, like with 70 ranges, except for math, I have an 83, I think. But other than that, yeah, I shared my thingy with y'all on a morning routine before, or like 2 days ago. Y'all should see that one before the last video and the video before that one. So yeah, I'm constantly trying to post for y'all because I know that I've been slacking as a YouTuber, but like I said, this coronavirus stuff is going on and school, I've been piling up with so much work. So yeah. So let's continue. I have to listen to it.
This means that the same amount.
This is a video, by the way, that she's showing us.
Area at low latitudes, but is spread over a large area at high latitudes. We have all experimented with lenses, focusing pinpoints of light onto pieces of paper to make them burn. This experiment shows how the same amount of heat concentrated in a smaller area results in a higher temperature. The amount of energy received per unit of area is greater at low latitudes than at high latitudes, and this is why it is hotter in the tropics.
I wonder who's on this call with
there
me.
is surplus energy because the amount of heat radiated from the sun is greater than the amount of energy radiated from the earth. At high latitudes, there is an energy deficit because the earth gives out more energy than it receives from the sun. This energy imbalance, caused by differences in energy received from the sun and emitted from the earth according to latitude, is one of the 2 causes of atmospheric general circulation.
Okay, whatever. This is not gonna work.
The other cause of atmospheric general circulation
know
is the
why.
Coriolis effect, or the Coriolis force.
Dude, do
The
you mind
Coriolis
moving?
effect is a force created by the rotation of the
let's
Earth
put you
that
up
acts
here.
clockwise in the northern hemisphere and counterclockwise in the southern hemisphere. The Coriolis effect is not an actual force. It only appears to exist.
Next.
To understand the Coriolis effect, we need to look at atmospheric general circulation on the rotating Earth.
I have friggin' Discovery Channel. I can just look this up on Discovery Channel. I think I might have...
First, let's pretend that the Earth is stationary and does not rotate. Warm air is lighter than cold air and has a strong tendency to rise. The air at the tropics is warm due to the high temperatures in the area and has a tendency to rise. However, this air cannot rise above the troposphere. With nowhere else to go, the air spreads out horizontally and moves to higher
I'm trying to
latitudes.
see it.
At higher latitudes, the air is cooled, sinks down, and travels back down to the tropics, moving along the ground. Without the Coriolis effect caused by the Earth's rotation, we would have only a single circulation cell, with only northerly winds blowing across the surface of the Earth.
Got textbooks.
So then, what happens on a rotating Earth? Here also, air rises in the tropics, then falls back down at high latitudes. However, when the heated air in the tropics rises and the cold air falls back down to the tropics, the Coriolis effect causes the flow of air to bend to the right, creating northeasterly winds. This is how the northeasterly trade winds are formed on the ground in the
Guys,
northern
if my
hemisphere.
comments are
Due to the
disabled,
Coriolis
then don't
effect,
comment this, but if they're
recirculation
not
cells are
disabled,
formed in the the
Do you
atmosphere.
really think I'm
These
listening right
three
now to
circulation
this?
cells cause the trade winds, the westerlies,
'Cause I'm
and
not.
the polar
Do I
easterlies
care?
on the surface of the Earth.
No, not really. Because
Let's
I've
look now
already
at
done.
the winds and atmospheric circulation at the latitudes of 30 degrees, 60 degrees,
whatever.
and 90 degrees. First, 0 degrees and 60 degrees latitude are low pressure zones with rising air currents. Here there is a large amount of precipitation. At 30 degrees and 90 degrees latitude are high pressure zones with descending air currents. At 0 degree to 30 degrees latitude,
Okay, guys,
lake
so
circulation causes the trade winds on the Earth's surface, while at 30 degrees to 60 degrees
this
latitude,
is like the Earth's
aero
surface,
circulation
whatever.
causes the
And then I
westerlies.
have wind in the
Lastly,
atmosphere.
at 60 degrees to 90 degrees latitude, polar circulation causes the polar easterlies.
So I remember I was like,
The circulation of the atmosphere
because my teacher
seawater
doesn't go in
helps
order.
the Earth
My
overcome
teacher actually.
latitudinal energy imbalance.
So, story time. Actually, you know what? Let's do a story time. Okay, so basically, my teacher that's showing us this video right now, she's not my real teacher. My real teacher, I guess, resigned or retired or let's see. I don't know, but she didn't come back. She had fallen twice, once trying to get out of the shower and once while walking her daughter's dog. She ran right into the ladder when she was walking her daughter's dog and got a concussion. And then the first time she fell and was out for like a couple of days, and then like a week, no, she fell 3 times, because then like a week after that, maybe a few weeks after, like 2, maybe 3 weeks after, she fell at school. And then didn't come back for like a month, I think. Or no, it was until like, have we hit winter break yet? Yeah, it was until winter break. Then she came back after winter break. No, she didn't. I don't remember, but all I know is that she fell 3 times and then like stopped coming to school. I know she still contacts us though. So yeah, keep her in prayers, guys. She was kind of old, but I'm not saying anything. So now I'm gonna continue to listen.
From low to high latitudes, while cold
Or
currents
listen.
are those that move from high to low latitudes. Warm currents are warmer and have a higher salt content than cold currents. The warm current near Korea is the Kuroshio current. The Kuroshio current, which is part of the North Subtropical Gyre, has the biggest impact on Korea. The Kuroshio current results in the Yellow Sea warm current, the East Korea warm current, and the Tsushima warm current. The cold current near Korea is the Primorye
What am I
cold
even listening to again? What
The
am I
North
watching?
Korean cold current is part of the Primorye cold current and flows southward toward Korea. This creates a boundary line in the East Sea where warm currents and cold current meets. And this is the reason why the Korean peninsula is surrounded by such rich fishing grounds. Today we study the atmospheric general circulation and the circulation of oceanic surface currents. It's amazing to think about how the air and water on this vast Earth are constantly moving. This might be a good time to bring up the issue of environmental pollution. Atmospheric pollutants, such as fine dust and smog, water pollutants from garbage on land and oil leaks, and soil pollutants from chemical fertilizers, food waste, and household waste are also being circulated in the atmosphere and by the oceanic surface currents. It's a terrifying thought, isn't it? Next
Okay,
time,
wait, where
we
did
will
my
discuss global warming and the
where did
destruction
my
of the ozone
vocabulary
layer,
go?
a man-made phenomenon caused by scientific and technological developments made for the sake of our own convenience. Stay tuned for the next lecture in the Why series. Series of Why.
Okay, guys, did it help a little bit?
I'm looking in the wrong book, that's why.
Do you have any questions? Anybody has a question? Yes, it helped. Okay, that's good. Because this is the concept and idea that they are there in the unit 7 lessons, and all the lessons activities you are getting. If you understand the basic concept, it will help you to understand do the worksheets.
What
Mhm.
what topic are we learning?
This unit we are learning about how atmosphere okay, winds, what type of different winds there are. There are some local winds and there are some global winds, then oceanic currents, and how the winds and oceanic currents shape our weather, like hurricanes, tornadoes. They are all effective. Rains. These are all occur because of the interaction of winds and ocean water, ocean currents. So that's what we are learning. And actually, the wind. What is wind? Wind is the flow of air, and the air flows because of the difference in temperature and pressure in different areas. And like you have seen in the video also, that as the world, our Earth is
She won't let me talk.
spherical. It does not get heated evenly on all sides. So at the areas near equator where it's warm, the air is warm, and then in areas around the poles, the air is cold. So cold air, the particles are close together, and when they are close together, the air becomes dense and it has high pressure. And when the particles are low, far apart, the air is warm, then it has got low pressure. So air moves from high pressure to low pressure, and that causes air to have convection currents. So convection currents are formed in air, that means in an atmosphere, and in ocean both, because at high temperature the water evaporates, and the air molecule also go up. When they go up, they cools down, they becomes heavier, and they sink back. So this, like that, circular paths are formed, which are called ocean currents. And it doesn't happen that if wind starts blowing from the equator, it will go all the way up to the North Pole. It doesn't occur like that. When it goes a little bit towards, rises up, and it goes to the first latitude after equator, which is the 30-degree latitude, it starts becoming cooler and cooler, and so it sinks back to the equator. So it forms a cycle. Then there is another current or cycle, convection current, which is from 30 to 60.
Why did I ask
Then
that
there is
question?
another from 60 degrees to
I didn't ask her
90
to
degrees. So there are
explain.
3 types of convection currents that are formed in the atmosphere.
I asked her what is our
Same thing in the
topic.
ocean. There are currents that are horizontal, and then there are currents that are vertical. Wind, when it blows, because of the Coriolis effect. The Coriolis effect is the concept that you guys have to really master. You have to understand what Coriolis effect is. And there is a video that we have posted in the folder, and there is that
I'm gonna watch a
merry-go-round
freaking
thing.
video, lady.
If you watch that, that will help you understand. And there are some videos on YouTube also that you can watch. What is happening is that the Earth is revolving around its axis, it's moving. Okay, and the Earth completes a cycle in 24 hours around the sun. So the areas which are close to the equator, because at that point the diameter of the Earth is more, it's fatter at the equator, and as we go up, it becomes narrow and narrow. So, but the entire Earth has to complete whole cycle in 24 hours. So what happens that the points that are closest to the equator, they are moving faster than the points or places that are towards the pole. So when something goes from the pole, from the equator to the pole, then what happens? Um, it changes because of the speed difference. It changes its direction. Yes, Zara. What do you want to ask? You raise your hand, Zara. What do you need to ask?
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. So, for the gizmo, what are we supposed to be doing?
Gizmo, were you able to enter into the gizmo? Were you able to play it?
I was, but it was.
Okay,
it's
guys.
like
So I put her on mute, but
it's like weather map. So
I'm
it's
going to put my
Yeah,
camera
it's
on
the last one is about
because
weather map. We
I
have
was gonna
done like
ask
couple
her
of
about
gizmos,
this.
and the
So
last
yeah.
one, couple of activities with the gizmos. Last few activities are about the weather map.
what's the weather map?
Weather map is that the meteorologists, the people who study the weather, in order to show, of course we cannot show the weather. We have to draw something on a map to make, like the weather map shows the direction of the wind, in which direction the winds are blowing, in which direction the ocean currents are moving, how much is the humidity, how much is the temperature, and each concept has like a symbol. So we have to understand the symbols, and then the arrow tells us the direction. If there is an ocean current, we have to see in which direction the ocean arrows are going, so that will tell us which direction the currents are moving. Same thing if the wind is blowing, it's westerlies or easterlies, they will have the arrows. So those arrows tell us the direction. And there is a ski-like symbol that tells us how much is the speed.
Okay. What assignments are we supposed to be doing? Because for me, there's like 2 folders. It says assignments for April, the week of April 13th, and there's 2 of those folders. So which one am I supposed to be doing?
Okay, there is a folder underneath which you will see like a symbol of a person which says individually assigned. If you get that, some people are get the individually assigned folder, then they have to. If you get a separate folder mailed to you, then you will have that one. Otherwise, the regular one. I will check and I will message you which folder you have to do. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, Zara. Okay, I will tell you. You are talking about April 13th, right?
Yes.
Okay, I'll let you know which one you have to do. Okay.
All right. That's thank you.
You're welcome. Yes, Evan.
Okay, so I remembered that I was bored, so I pulled out this from my textbook, and it ended up being the fact that we're learning it.
Mm-hmm.
So can I just like do whatever's in here and then like just send it to you through Schoology?
If it's the same topic as we are doing, if you have the whole unit with you.
I have the whole wind in the atmosphere unit, yeah.
Yeah, where we have in the atmosphere, where there are 3 sections in it.
Yeah.
Wind in the atmosphere is just one section.
I know. I have all 3 sections.
All 3 sections, yeah. If we have assignments from the same section, yeah, just write on it, take a picture, and you can submit it.
Okay.
Okay. Any other questions?
Oh my God. I have overcome my fear. Okay. I actually don't have all 3 lessons. I don't think I do.
You guys, any other question? No? Okay, so you guys have a nice weekend, and we'll see you Monday. Okay?
Bye.
Bye.
Oh my God. Okay, guys. So, yeah, it's 11:56. So, I am going to do this as morning routine part 3, and then I'm going to go on to my afternoon routine part 1. So, yeah, love you guys. Stay awesome. Stay happy. Peace out.